Welcome back. Actually, maybe you guys are welcoming me back. So it is November. October seems like it was the beginning of October, and then now the next thing you know, it's the beginning of November. But the joys of having two jobs. So as everybody knows, this is a sideline job for me. Over the next week or two, I'm going to give you an update so you can see whether that was a good decision or a bad decision. Of course, not all things work out the way we want, but stay tuned. I'll get you that update. And then what else we got? I have lots of projects to do here in the wood shop. I think I have almost 50 grafting tables to get out. So for those of you that have been waiting for a grafting table, thank you. I appreciate your patience. I have got most of those cut out here now, and I should be, well, I'm hoping to be shipping those within the next couple weeks. But anyways, I'm going to enjoy a glass of lemon ginger tea with some honey in it, and I'm going to take you all the way back to the beginning of October and see if I can't get you caught up. Enjoy. Good morning, October 1st. Well, as I mentioned in the video I uploaded this morning and yesterday, I'm out here in the apiary. Take care of this one first. So this will be my, what is this now? This will be the third oxalic acid treatment. So 4 in total is the regimen that I'm doing here. So the first one was 2 weeks ago, and then the one last weekend should have covered 7 days. The one this weekend is going to cover 14 days. And then the one next weekend should cover 21 days with 4 treatments. I should knock the crap out of any mites that are in there. So we're going to go through, I'm going to check all the buckets. This is probably the last time I'll fill the buckets up. I'm hoping they're going to be plugged out. I am going to take a bit of a dive into some of these just to make sure that they're not doing the same thing as the hive that I have at the house in town. The last thing I want to see is frames of brood. I'm hoping the brood is shrinking right down to just a little bit and that they're plugged right out with sugar. So let's get to it. Well, I've been working late out here, so I didn't get a chance to video putting the hoods on, but we've got the hoods all on here right now. I just have to finish screwing them to the wall. We've got the sleeves already put through the wall. The vapor barrier has all been sealed back up. So I just got to get these screwed to the wall and get them caulked up there to make sure they're all waterproof, and then we're going to move to the inside. Well, back on October 1st, when you're watching that there, I was fortunate. So I did remove the buckets. The hives were plugged out. So the goal there is to feed them a bunch of sugar water. So as a brood hatches later on in the year, they replace that with sugar syrup and get it all capped off. So the brood will shrink and shrink and shrink. So it'll just be a real small area that shouldn't be plugged out there. So that worked out really, really well. And then you see, October, I think that was what, 12th, I moved out, took that video where I was getting the hoods and everything put on out at the bee barn. So I'll show you the picture at the end of the video shows where the mixing box and everything all that went up. It worked really, really well, and this plastic actually worked really good for a slide on those doors. So a couple little ropes and you can slide that really, really easy. Calculated everything out. I put a plastic sheet down the side of that bee barn there so I can change the air out inside there about once a minute, or about 5 times every 5 minutes. So I should, with any luck, be able to keep them cooled down. And thanks to Brad at Faith Apiaries. So he suggested a system called Accurate. And I'll show you that here at the end of the video as well. So Accurate's a weather station, but you can put sensors and everything like that on it. So he suggested something like that because my bee barn is a little bit of ways, or a little bit of a drive, I guess, from my house. So I can log on at any time and actually set up alarms there so I can see exactly what's happening at the bee barn for temperature, humidity, pressures, things like that, very, very quickly. So that worked out really, really well. All the hoods and everything all were installed, and yeah, that system is, so far is working really good. I'll put a little bit of, once again, a little bit of that at the end. So here we are, October 15th, 2022. The apiary is an absolute buzz. We came out here this morning, you see we did a little bit of housekeeping, so shifted a few boxes and stuff like that around. You'll notice a few pallets up in front of them, so as I moved a few boxes around, I wanted to make sure there was something there to make the bees reorientate, so that's what they're there for. But a couple things. It's plus, looked at the thermometer on the truck, it's plus 14 degrees Celsius out here. It's absolutely an incredible day. And as such, trying to get a few things done up, get all the buckets and everything all off of these, get them washed up and put away. But the other thing I want to mention out there to all of the viewers is winter's gonna come sometime. We're just not sure when. But we do have a visitor in the apiary. So over the last 5 or 6 times we've been out here, oh, lots of bees. Notice we got a skunk is helping themselves to some of the bees. So we're gonna see if we can't maybe persuade Mr. Skunk to go somewhere else. But anyways, it's a gorgeous day. So 15th of October, to be running around out there in a t-shirt at plus 14 degrees Celsius is it's almost never heard of up here in Alberta. So keep in mind we're what 55 I guess for latitude, so we're a little ways up here. Anyways, we're going to skip forward here now to, I guess, the 1st of November. So I kept watching the weather, and the weather just kept staying nice and kept staying nice and kept staying nice. So I figured every day that I could leave the bees out, give them an extra flight day, would just maybe, you know, add on to the time that they could be in the bee barn if I had a bad spring like we did last year. So anyways, I'm going to zip forward here to November 1st. Thank you to Alan and Murray. So I was going to use my bee lift, but they provided the little tractor here to help load these things up, and that made it a whole lot better. So check to see how here watch as we're loading the bees up and moving them out to the bee barn. Just about have to get another cup of tea.
First attempt of loading bees. November 1st, 2022. Girls are still active, wondering what the heck's happening. Noticing there's lots of water coming out of the hives. It may be condensation.
So Alan helped me there with a little bit of the photography. Thank you very much. But yeah, we noticed, well, 2 things. One, that was pretty much all that little tractor could do. So we had a counterweight on the back, and even at that little tractor probably couldn't pick much up. So those boxes are heavy. As you can see, I'm trying 2 different things this year. I try to listen to all the mentors and stuff like that out there. So if you notice, on top of most of those, I'm putting half of my bees to bed in a single. I'm putting the other half of my bees to bed with a single and a medium on there. So the single is plugged right out, the single and the medium is plugged right out. The way I look at that is a little bit of sugar syrup is cheap insurance. So I'll see how they fare here at the end of the year, or I guess next spring when they come out. But Alan had mentioned some water coming out of them. So the interesting thing was most of them, now keep in mind, I think there was a few of them that still had the buckets on out there, but most of those that hadn't had the buckets on for 2 to 3 weeks. And we hadn't really got a lot of precipitation. So the only thing I can assume is that some of that water that was coming out was condensation. Now, whether they had a bucket on or they didn't, they all have the same amount of condensation coming out of the front. So I haven't quite understood that one yet. So if anybody has some feedback on that, please put it down below. Once again, I'm still trying to learn all of this. But in any case, they all got into the bee barn. Unfortunately, the camera battery died, so I didn't get any pictures of us loading it into the bee barn, but I will get some of those out as we check it throughout the winter here. I will show you one snapshot here right now. So this is the monitoring that this accurate sensor and stuff like that can do. So you'll see where we didn't have anything in there, but you can watch the graph as we put the bees in. The graph kind of comes up, and you can see where it stabilizes nicely with the air mixing and the heaters and the exhaust fans that we have. Take a look at this. I'll show you that one. So you can see by this snapshot, this is a 24-hour snapshot. You can see up on the upper right-hand side of that graph. And this is one of the sensors I've got labeled as inside the bee barn. But you can see from November, I guess this is November 1st, at about, I guess 1:56 p.m. where this snapshot is, all the way through to November 2nd at about 10:46 a.m. So you can see on the first one we put them in there, it was pretty much level right at about 0.5 of a degree. No secret there. As soon as I opened up the bee barn door, it was minus, I guess it was about, I think it was -6, but it felt like -15 when I put them in. So you can see as soon as we opened that bee barn door, the temperature dropped right down. We had them all in there shortly before, I guess it would be 10 o'clock. And you can tell when we close the door. So at 10 o'clock, you can see where the graph starts to climb back up. And of course, it leveled off there. I'm going to say it looks like at about 5, maybe even a little bit before, about 4 o'clock in the morning. It leveled right off there, right around about 4 degrees Celsius. So with this accurate, you can see that the lowest temperature it got in the bee barn there at the very bottom was -5. And then, of course, it come right back up, and you can see how it sits there nice and level, right around about 4 degrees Celsius. So once again, thanks to Brad out there for recommending this. I think it's going to work quite well. So the Accurate system is working extremely good there for me. And that brings you pretty much up to date. So this morning, actually let me back up. So yesterday, I had a little bit of time there in the evening, so I was raking my lawn yesterday. So today is November the 5th, I do believe. However, I woke up this morning to this. Well, winter has come to Alberta. We knew it was going to come sometime. Bit of a surprise to us here, and well, this is the hive here I have at the house. A bit of a surprise to those girls too. Yeah, they're still coming and going. We got a couple dead ones there. They're hauling out, but well, I guess we're just going to get settled in here now for the long, cold winter. So pretty safe to say I can put the rake away and dig out the snowblower. Here you can see here's a snapshot for the weather here in Grand Prairie. You can see tonight it's supposed to go down to -15, but what is it, Tuesday there, down to -28 degrees Celsius. So I would say winter is definitely here. We've had a really good go of it this fall. I can't complain at all. It's been absolutely gorgeous. So anyways, stay tuned for my next videos. I'll give you an update as to where we fared out with the Sideline business. I put the financials and stuff like that out there. I'll put a few things on that video too, some things that I learned, some things that I forgot, some things that I have to do better, and some things that worked out really, really well. So stay tuned for that video. And obviously, back in the workshop, it's a mess. I got a lot of cleaning to do up here. I got to get these grafting tables out, and I'll give you the plan of what I've got to get done this winter in order to make sure that I'm ready from some of the lessons I learned from 2022. So this way I'm ready for 2023 season. So once again, glad to be back. Things should slow down a little bit here for me now. As always, if you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below, and of course feel free to ring that bell. You'll get notices or notification of any upcoming videos. So until then, keep warm, use lots of honey, and have a great day. Bye for now.